Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today you are joined by Jensen, who is my son. JJ is with me today. We saw the weather and we thought, you know what, we're having a day off, let's go grab the Boxster and enjoy the sun. It is actually 14 degrees today, which is pretty healthy temperatures for March. But I wanted to give Jensen a ride out and get his opinion on the old Boxster. What do you think, mate?
Fun.
Fun?
Fun.
Is that the main word for it?
Fun.
Yeah?
And very fast.
Does sound good, doesn't it?
Yeah, once you put your foot down, he gets it.
So, you're a fan?
Yeah.
It's just a nice little car, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, we did have a 911 once, but, you know, that is a much superior car in every way. But the DNA is still in this car. I still feel it is very Porsche, and the way it handles and the way it squirms out of corners, the flat six noise is all there. And I've kind of overlooked Boxsters for a long time, and I wish I hadn't. I jumped straight to 911, but having had a week in this now, I'm just about to tick 100 miles in my ownership. I can definitely tell you it is a lot of fun. And you agree, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're used to fast forwards, but we don't mind something different every now and then.
Yeah.
And there's something about having the roof down and listening to that noise as well. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's your favourite thing about the car?
Sound.
The sound, is it?
Yeah.
Like up when it gets up in the revs,
Yeah.
and you can feel it come on, it sort of makes a different
Yeah.
noise again, doesn't it? He's nicked my shades as well. Normally I'd have my shades on, but he's rocking the Ray-Bans today because they're a little bit bright, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when you've got no shelter over your head.
Yeah.
But yeah, one thing we've got to fix is this stereo. It's gone off today, so we've gone from having it stuck on to having some sort of control, and now we've got nothing. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and pop to my local Halfords and see if they've got a wiring harness adapter to go to standard ISO, because if we can get one of those, then we'll be sorted.
Yeah.
Then we can put any radio in it.
Yeah.
But certainly I've plugged the plugs that are in the back of the car into other radios, and it's not having it. So Saturday, let's go see a man in Halfords and see if he's got a cable. Let's go there next, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's get it done. Right, Jay, so we are at Jimmy's house, aren't we?
Yeah.
And we are borrowing his electrical equipment because we've just plugged it in and nothing happens. So we found out why though. Even on the ISO connector, the transfer between the two harnesses, there's still a couple of pins that are incorrect. So we're hoping we're going to swap those around now. I've got a light bulb on a stick, and we'll check which one's running a current earth and which one is running a permanent live and a switch live, and hopefully we'll have some tunes on the way home.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? 100%?
Yeah.
Good. Right guys, welcome back. So anyway, Jensen's gone home, we've got the radio working, and it's a new morning. So next day in the Porsche as promised. So with Ian from the works, he's got a toy called a Dragy box, and before we go about certainly mapping this car, we're going to see what it's doing Dragy times now. So we're going to go off, find a nice bit of road, do that today. Over to you, Ian. Explain what it is we're doing.
Yeah, so a lot of people will probably know of Dragy. It's been a thing that's been about for quite a while now, and a lot of people use it to get performance figures on their car. There is actually like a worldwide leaderboard as well for some of the fastest cars in the world. So Dragy will give you your 0 to 60, your eighth of a mile, your half mile, quarter of a mile times. It records it through an app, so we've got a little box down here that is GPS data. That connects to your phone, and then it records it on the app. So as you hit each individual point, it will record that point, yeah, in seconds and how many feet it took you to get there. So yeah, we're going to go out. It's a good way of just recording a difference in a car. We'll do sort of maybe 3 runs with it as it is now, and then 3 runs once we've mapped it, and see what we get on an average.
Yeah, nice. So we're just heading off to a quieter part of the island so we can go and play with this. Certainly we're going to record those times, analyse that data when we get back. Then we'll tell you what map we're going to be flashing onto the ECU, and then we're going to go back out, do this again, and see what improvements certainly we've hopefully gained by the extra torque.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah.
Run me past. Do you remember the figures off the top of your head? What we're hoping
yeah.
for?
So we use a company called Motorsport Developments. Their figures is a generic base map, which essentially is an optimised map. When every individual car is produced, it's produced to run in all sorts of different countries. So obviously our fuel quality here is quite good. In another country it may not be as good. When the car's mapped from the factory, they have to take all this into account. So on a general basis, what we're doing is optimising the map for the fueling that we've got in this country for the higher octane.
So we can run a little bit more superior timing.
Yeah, we're allowed to run a little bit more timing, we'll put a little bit more throttle response into it. And yeah, I think the quoted figures, which normally are quite conservative with MSD, were 15 horsepower and around sort of 20 newton meters of torque. That's off the top of my head. I'm not sure if that's right, but I think that's what
I think you might have said it was near a 30 torque.
Yeah, it may well have been 30 newton meters.
It'd be interesting to see, certainly with some, this isn't totally scientific, air pressure in the tyres, weight of how much fuel's in the car, us two in it. Listen, this is a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But it certainly is entertaining to me. I've never ever used one of these, and I've almost certainly said to you, when you've mapped stuff in the past with a turbocharger, you feel the difference. Okay, you do instantly feel the difference between before and after. And
obviously,
after
I mean, with a turbocharger, you're obviously going to feel quite a lot more difference, because obviously there's air being forced into the engine.
But this is tweaking,
and
isn't it?
Yeah, with the naturally aspirated stuff, it's more to do with timing and throttle responses. Obviously there's more fuel going in, etc., but the gains aren't always as high with the naturally aspirated stuff, because obviously it's naturally aspirated, not turbocharged. I mean, these, by all accounts, these map quite well, because there was a fair few different variants of this, with different power levels as they develop the car. So
looking forward to it.
Technically speaking, it should be a bit better.
Right,
well,
let's
see what happens.
Let's get past this horrible traffic. We'll get to a nice piece of road and we'll pick this up in a sec. So I think
see if I can.
We're going to try and do 0 to 60 now, mate. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do a 0 to 60, and then we're going to do a quarter mile.
I'm not quite there.
Run out of road, did we?
Yeah.
What did we get to?
59.
Oh yeah, okay. But what did it say
0 to 30, 2.4.
Yeah.
60 foot was 2.2.
Reset.
Let's see.
Go
on. Yeah, that's the 60. We've got a 60 there.
How did we get on?
You've got 15.72 quarter.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in 6.6, but we had a lot of wheel spin.
Yeah, that was my fault. A little bit of an energetic start that was.
1/8 of a mile was 11.7.
Okay, so we're going to do that one more time, and I'll try and alter my throttle response, I think. Cool, right, we'll go and find somewhere else to carry on. Just connecting the electrical devices.
Let's just do the satellite thing.
Satellite check. Are the satellites in the sky still? Are they there?
Right.
Ready?
go.
60. Did we get one?
Yep. That was a 6.65.
What, 0 to 60?
Yeah.
So my wheel spin wasn't too bad then?
No.
Right, so we're saying 6.6 is definitely its best time for 0 to 60.
Yeah, roughly, yeah, we've done it.
30. Quarter mile. 60.
Just carry on enjoying the road, haven't we? It does tramp on well for an old girl, doesn't it? It's not bad. Just lacks that urgency of a turbocharged car, doesn't it?
It was pretty consistent at 0 to 60, so that was a 6.65.
And what was the last one?
6.6.
60.
Yeah, well, I mean, even with wheel spin and without wheel spin, it's giving us the same time. Cool, okay. Let's get back to the ranch. I think we need to get some mapping and
Yeah.
we'll come back out and see what results we get next, do you think?
Yeah, I think
See if we can shave a second or two, not a second or two, maybe half a second off those times. We never know, do you?
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Alright. So we had a lot of fun out that day, and in fact, off camera, we did get a 6.4. Now, 6.4 is interesting because that is the quoted book time for this car on Auto Trader and all the normal sort of sites where you can get that information. 6.4 is the time it is supposed to be able to do, and that's with one occupant generally on tests. There is two of us and we're the smallest of geezers, so I was happy with that. But anyway, we're going to put this bit of the video on hold and we're going to get the car into the studio and start getting it detailed. Right guys, whilst Ian has taken the map and read it off of the Boxster, he's gone off to get that read, see if it's already been tuned, and if it hasn't, then download an appropriate stage 1 map as we've been talking about. But in that time window of opportunity, I've got her in and I've started detailing it. Now I am a little bit shocked at how well it's responding. It's actually looking really good. So all I've done so far is I've clayed it up. I've also done some test patches around the car to try and figure out what's going to detail back and what's going to require respray. Let me flip the camera around and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so you can see quite clearly here how the reflection is not great. And then you come down to this corner where I've done a bit of a test patch, and you can see quite clearly between the hexagon there and then down here, the bonnet is going to be a save. Headlights, they have come out really well, considering how yellow they were. I've also removed the front number plate off the car and wanted to see if I could get away if I put a private reg on with putting a short plate on. But sadly, someone's put a screw hole in at the widest point of the plate. So that's going to be a non-goer because I can't live with this unless I get that painted. Now the bonnet is great. The bumper did have a great big gouge through here if you look back on the videos. That was actually transfer and that has actually come back pretty reasonable, and I don't think that needs respraying now. It's a bit stone chippy, but it's not a necessity. So again, some more good news on the Boxster. Now, as we go around this way, this is the side I have been polishing this morning. So I've done this wing, I've done this door, and I've certainly done this rear quarter. Now, it's looking pretty good. We've got a little bit of corrosion down here on the inner wheel arch. That again was only surface. I've rubbed that down and given it a quick paint in order to tidy it up. But overall, this car is actually gonna look nice. It really is. I'm actually really chuffed. It looks like all the colours are different, but the way the light reflects off the silver, you catch it in the right light and the colours match. But as you walk through the contours of it, the silver goes darker and then back to light. Now that's because this rear quarter here has had quite a heavy duty respray, but the oxidisation in the lacquer was really bad, so it was yellowing. But since I've polished it, it's starting to look a lot better. So super chuffed with that. Also taking the plate off the rear, I've just got to get the sticky pads off. And I haven't touched this side yet. This side is indeed quite flat and quite swirly. So I do need to make some attention, certainly down this side. But I've tackled the worst side first, which was definitely the driver's side. But I think you'll agree, it's starting to look like a nice car. So yeah, happy days. Basically, in this window of opportunity that Ian is off sorting out all the map stuff, this booth was free this morning, so I've hopped in so I can get the car looking a bit nicer. But yeah, I need to crack on. I'll put the camera down, get some more work done, and then we'll catch this up a bit later on today. So guys, here we go, single stage polish so far. So we've done a heavy cut on the wall and certainly got all of the oxidisation out of the finish of the clear coat, which is good news. Managed to diminish quite a few of the scuffs down the side of it. Got rid of that horrible scuff down through the middle there, and obviously I've taken all the tape off from what was holding the plate on. But I must say, I think it's come out bloody well. We've got a fair bit to do. I'm going to second stage it, and I think where it's come out this nice, I probably will put a ceramic on it so that at least it's easy to clean in my ownership, and then the next person hasn't got to worry about it. We also got the active aero working, which I didn't know worked because there was a warning light on the dash, but just turns out it was a bit stuck. But now we've got it up again, so that is good news. That's working. Happy days. But yeah, I'm bloody happy with that. I don't know what time is it now? Done about 7 hours on it today, and it certainly has transformed it. I mean, that doesn't look a £1,900 car anymore, certainly doesn't. So next step is going to be take the wheels off, and we are going to do those Porsche red, because why not? A Boxster S would have had red ones, and it was also optional across the rest of the range. So it has got the Brembo style, well, Brembo calipers, actual Brembo calipers, so why not? We may as well make those regs. I think they're going to look really good. At the minute they look, well, just corroded. So get on the phone to Adam in a minute, get him to make me some new Porsche logos, certainly for those. And then tomorrow we'll go and see Mr. Ian, and he'll get it mapped up and see if we can get any good drag times out of it, see if we can improve the performance. I'm hoping we can. Right guys, so we've come to the end of the day of the Porsche in the chair, but we have managed to get some bits done. So as promised, I've got the calipers in red, cleaned all the wheel arches up. Calipers are going to look banging in red, I think, beyond the old silver wheels. So they're all done. Tomorrow I'll go to Visions and pick up the Porsche stickers to run down the centre. They're going to be in white. I'm actually really over the moon with that. I think it's starting to look fantastic. All the wheel arches all nice and clean. Looking good. Even painted the little lower trim there because that was looking quite faded. Well happy. It's starting to look really, really nice. And the paint, wow, just looks fantastic for its age. 21-year-old paint. And it's looking really, really good. So tomorrow, be de-mask, put the stickers on, clean the wheels, put the wheels back on, and she's going to look pretty decent for summer. Oh, day 3, guys. Day 3 on the Porsche, and we've made some blooming good progress. So, as previously shown, we've done all of the paintwork, But today I have just finished doing the calipers, so they're looking rather fantastic. So happy about that. They are looking rather lovely. So that's those done. Now we're just going to wait for them to completely air cure after we install the stickers. But they've definitely sharpened up the appearance of beneath the wheel. I think they're going to really pop with those silver 17s in front of them. So that's another jobbed off the list for the Boxster. And what a bargain it was. But yeah, she's looking good. Happy with those. So I've given the wheels a nice clean and I've protected them as well. So they're going to go back on the car. I've also ordered, because I've never seen anything like this. This may be a Porsche thing. Check this out. Look at the wheel nuts. They're literally being eaten away. They are so corroded. So I've got a new set coming. Unfortunately, we're going to have to refit these for today because we need the ramp. And then Monday, a brand new set of genuine Porsche bolts will be coming to take place of those horrible corroded ones. I was going to just paint them, and then I realised when I took them out just how corroded they are. But yeah, happy with this. These look good. Car's coming together now, and I'm trying to get it back together so that I can get it over to Ian so we can go out and do our mapping. The other thing I wanted to mention is we've just done a full interior detail to it, and check this out. This is a 21-year-old 103,000 mile car. Now just look at the materials in here. Condition is just brilliant. I mean, I know, you know, cars wear well if they're looked after, but this particularly is lovely. The leather is super soft still. It's not dishaped in any way. All the plastics are in good condition. Everything is lovely. Now, update on the stereo. I got so annoyed at the weekend. I went to my local Halfords and picked up this Pioneer head unit. And obviously you saw we wired that in. Jensen and I got that going down at my mate Jimmy's house. But what I will say is my mate Lee was here the other day and he took the radio off and he thinks he's repaired it. So this has been apart now. All the buttons, certainly on the face of it, are, oh, before I drop it, are working. So they're no longer stuck in. So later on today, when I get a minute, I'm going to pop the aftermarket one and hopefully get the original OG CDR23 Porsche unit working, because I just like OEM. I'm weird. I mean, I know the other one's got way more functionality, but if I can get the original one going, I'll be really chuffed because it just looks better with it in there. So yeah, we're moving on well. We're cooking on gas with the Boxster. Right guys, Porsche is done and in the presentation bay. It's going to run the camera around, show you what we've done, show you what we can't fix, but I'm quite happy. Let's have a look. Okay, so starting on the front side, you'll see that automatically those red calipers really are popping now. Have a look at that. Gloss levels are at a 10. Nice little Porsche logo on the calipers too. Obviously we've given the wheels a really, really good clean and polish up. And in actual fact, they do not need refurbishing. So that is great news. We've managed to give those a deep clean, decontaminate, polish and seal. And they look absolutely brand new. Rest of the car. So paintwork has all polished up really, really well. As you saw earlier on in the videos. Really chuffed with how that is now looking. Gloss levels are fantastic. No swells in there now. It really has become a really, really lovely, genuine car. Really super happy with everything that's happened to this. And we've got the active aero to come up as well. So just while we've been doing the videos, we've been cleaning, it's been handy that that is indeed open because we've been able to access all of those areas. But yeah, what a lovely paint job it's got. It is just nice. Why would you have anything other than silver wheels? Anyway, that is that. Back end is nice. And then the interior, wow, that's the bit that's probably astounded me the most. It really is such nice condition. So it's got its original genuine Porsche mats. They've come out really, really well. As has the original leather and all the door cards. But there you go. That is one tidy Porsche Boxster. It really is. I'm showing you with the roof down because I just think the car looks so much prettier with the roof down. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. I think it's become a nice car. It didn't need lowering. I don't need to put wheels on it. I like the wheels that are on the car. I think it just looks right in every sort of way. So clean it and enjoy it. Leave the odd marks and the stone chips that are in it. Don't paint those. I just think it looks a nice, honest car as it does. And there we go. One finished Porsche Boxster. I hope you've enjoyed this video so far. But listen guys, we've got one more thing left to do to this. As you've seen earlier in the video, Ian is now going to map it. But I'm going to keep that for an entire video on its own as the results. So you now know it's going to be worth watching the next video because you're going to see if a naturally aspirated 21-year-old 100,000 mile Porsche is going to do anything at all with some minor tweaks to the engine map, which is going to obviously give it a better throttle response. Hopefully it's going to give it a bit more timing and it's going to get it up the road a bit faster. But listen, from me today with the Porsche Boxster, I will catch you guys on the next one, which will be remap time. Thanks for watching.